Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the crossover. And today we are joined by another very special guest, a man who scored a goal just a couple of hours ago, leaves for California in the morning to finish out preseason with the New York Red Bulls, and he's got the last name of a Pokemon. A Pokemon who mimics his target's movements until they lower their guard, lays trap, passes through dimensions, cools the surrounding areas, and drains the life force of its victims. And that's exactly how this man plays when he's on the field. Ladies and gentlemen, Dennis Gjengaar. Welcome in, brother. How are you?
Yeah, thank you. I'm good.
How was that pronunciation? Was that good, Gjengaar?
Yeah, that's pretty good. It's Gjengaar with
Oh,
a O,
Gjengaar. Oh, Gjengaar, my
but
bad.
yeah, it's good enough.
Because I know, we usually say Gengar, right? And my name is João, so like people can never say my name either. So I tried my
Yeah.
best, but I went to translation. I put it into Norway. I was listening to it. I tried, man. I tried.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yegor. Do you like Pokemon or no? Was that ever a thing?
Not really. I
Yeah,
never even knew there was a Pokemon with my name before I
me
came here.
neither. And then you came over, and today I was looking it up, like what are the superpowers? And I was like, you know what? It kind of fits him. It kind of fits him in the way that he plays.
Yeah.
But how you feeling, bro? I mentioned you scored a goal today. How was that? Feeling good?
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah,
Getting in
right.
a couple of training games and scoring the first goal of the season is pretty nice.
Great way to start, huh? How are the boys feeling? Good. Morale is high in the team.
Yeah, it's as high as it's ever been, I think.
Love that.
And with the new guys, it's just good.
And speaking of new guys, I heard that there was a little special guest today at training, huh?
What? Who?
Jurgen Klopp, no?
Oh
He pulled
yeah.
up, man. How was that?
Oh, that was cool. That was like
Right?
it was surreal. Like it didn't feel like it was real.
Did he give the boys a little talk? What was that like? Give
Yeah,
us a little inside scoop.
I was just talking about like what his role was gonna be and just telling us a little bit about himself and how things were gonna be moving forwards.
That's
So it
awesome,
was
man.
nice.
Unreal. You should have been like, you know what? I'm doing a little podcast a little later tonight. You should have brought him over. You should have brought him over, bro.
I think he's got a lot of stuff to do. So I
Yeah,
don't know if he has time.
I'm sure he doesn't want to talk to me, bro. Just kidding, man. So we talked about it. You're prepping for a long trip tomorrow. What do those trips usually look like on the plane? Are you sleeping or playing some cards? What does that look like?
Nah, I'm just like watching movies or listening to
Nice,
music.
nice, man,
But mo
nice.
most of the guys are just laying down sleeping.
Yeah, no pranks, no jokesters running around the plane bothering people.
Maybe after a big win, but not
Yeah,
not not
right.
before the preseason. No.
Yeah, right. So let's start from the jump, man. So you're from Horten, Norway, right?
Yep.
Small port town. I was looking at pictures, man. Absolutely beautiful, bro. Tell me, how was it? How was it growing up there?
It was nice.
Yeah,
It's like you said, it's small, so like you know most of the people there,
right.
and it's beautiful, and you're close to the seas. You can go to the beach or go out on a boat and go fishing.
Yeah.
So it's a really nice place to grow up.
I saw as well. You guys have a lot of trees, a lot of rivers. It's kind of similar to New Jersey, depending where you're at. No.
I don't know.
So tell me, growing up there, how did your love for the sport start?
It's just like all of my friends were playing it as well, so it was like I think half of our class in school were
Hmm.
playing for the same team. So
Okay,
we grew very close and we just played for the same team with the same guys for like 8 years or something.
that's
So
awesome.
you like build up a great connection with these guys and then when everybody loves the game, you want to improve as much as possible.
100%, 100%. Who were you watching back then? Were you watching any soccer? Any teams that you were following when you were younger?
Yeah, of course. I
Who?
was watching a lot of teams, but I'd say Barcelona was
Oh
the
yeah.
one I was watching the most. Yeah.
Okay, okay. I like that. I like that. Did you have a favorite player growing up? That's our first fan question there coming in from Mayan. Who was your favorite player when you were younger? Somebody that you were looking up to?
Well, he plays in Miami now. It was
Ah,
Messi.
okay, okay. So I'm Portuguese, so
Mm.
I'm feeling like you're gonna go Messi, but in that debate, you're on
Yeah,
the Messi side.
yeah, 100%.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Um, but how about Norwegian players? I mean, I was looking through it. You guys have like a golden generation right now in Norway. Holland, Sorloth, Antonio Nusa, who's also playing with in the Red Bull system at Leipzig. Were you following any of these guys' career like as they were? You're still about in that same age range, but were you watching some of these guys as they were progressing?
Oh yeah, of course. You were watching Martin Ødegaard when he was playing. It was 14 or 15, I think, when we played his first game in the first division in Norway,
Yep.
and then all of the talk with the Madrid and all the other big clubs.
Right.
So you start following this guys and like seeing where he is now. It's pretty big. And also
Crazy, huh?
Haaland with the I don't know, I think it was Euros under 19 or under 20 or something, where he scored 9 goals
Oh
in
yeah,
in
yeah.
one game.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you obviously start following him after that. And Nusa actually played with him
Oh, did
for
you?
the under 19 national team,
Nice, man.
and you could already see like he was going places.
Right.
Yeah.
And he joined. When did he join Red Bull? I think maybe a year before you came over here, I believe. Do you guys still keep in touch or no?
No, that was just the one camp, and then he moved up to the under 21s.
Right. Right.
So yeah,
My I guess you could say second favorite player after yourself from Norway is actually Sheldrup, Andreas
yeah,
Sheldrup,
yeah,
because I'm a Benfica fan, bro. He is a baller, man,
yeah.
absolute baller. Um, so you mentioned you started playing young, kind of with your friends who were around playing as well, and then you started your career actually at Orn Horton. Is that correct? At nine
Yeah.
years old, your hometown club. What was that like? I mean, were you growing up going to their games or?
Oh yeah, it's a club with the like old history.
Hmm.
They used to play in the first division, but a long time ago they got relegated and just kept getting relegated. So like when I played there, I think it was the third or fourth division they were playing in.
Yeah, third division.
Third division, yeah. So it's not really as big when you go to watch the third division, but
Right.
it's the home team for my hometown. So of course you go watch the games, and I played there, so I got the tickets for free. And also like what do you call it? The guys who pick up the balls,
Oh, ball boys.
ball boys. Yeah,
Yeah.
we were ball boys sometimes,
Nice.
which was kind of cool because you were so close to the pitch and got a
Right.
feeling of how it was.
So you go from being ball boy for your hometown team to then actually making history with them because you were the youngest player to ever debut with them at 2 months after you turned 15. How was that, bro?
It was pretty cool.
Uh
It's
huh.
it's always cool to make history, and I think that
Right.
record still stands today.
Yeah. To this day, it still stands. Youngest
Yeah,
debut ever.
so it was cool. It was a little rough first time because I was 14 when I started training with them,
Uh huh.
and there were third
Grown
division
man.
is yeah, third division is not professional, so it's like they went out partying and like
You're like,
rough guys. So
mom, come pick me up. We gotta go home.
yeah, exactly. It was like my first team party. I think they brought like it was a soda, but it was in a champagne bottle.
Oh yeah, yeah,
It
kind of
was yeah,
like
so I got two bottles of soda for a party,
it's
and
like on New Year's when like everybody's having champagne and then we'll have
yeah,
like the grape juice with the
exactly.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Um,
no, that was fun.
that's hilarious, man. That's honestly so fun. That's like one of the I was talking with Serge yesterday because like he also debuted at a very young age. That's something that we don't see here in the U.S. with like the NBA or the NFL because you kind of have to like go through college and go through the draft and do all that. But you guys, man, they just throw you guys out there, 14 years old, just go get it, kid.
Yeah, like it is how it is in football or
Right,
soccer.
100%, 100%. And then you get your move a year later. So now you're moving to Ode 2. So you're making that jump from third division to the second division in a year, and now you're moving out to Skien, Norway again. The pronunciation is probably not there.
Good enough.
Um, an hour and a half away. What was 16 years old? Are you still commuting back and forth home an hour and a half every day, or what is that looking like?
Uh, what's the school before high school?
Middle school?
When I had 6 months left of middle school when
Okay.
I made the switch.
Hmm.
So I was commuting for. for 6 months,
Oh wow.
or I think it was 4 months, and then Corona hit.
Oh yeah, and then you just did online.
Yeah, and then after those 6 months, I moved. So I was living by myself out there,
Wow.
and the first year I was just with the second team,
Yep.
and then because of the coronavirus, we had these groups, and you weren't allowed to switch back and forth. So I
Uh,
was training with the first team every single day,
mhm.
and I don't think I would. I think I had like 1 hour of school every single day. And then my third year of high school, I was playing every single game, and there was no school.
Right.
It was just football. That was fun.
That's crazy, man. So 16 and you're living alone in your own apartment? Are you living with teammates? What was that?
No, I mean I'm always like I enjoy the time I have when I'm alone.
Right.
So
I'm the same way.
yeah, exactly. So I moved by myself. But my parents, they came and visited a lot the first
Right.
few months. But I would say like for at least the first year, they
Mhm.
came and visited like once a week. But after that, it was like more once a month.
Crazy, bro.
So it was it got me prepared to move to a different country.
No, 100%.
So
100%. We're going to talk about that transition later, but I couldn't imagine, bro. 16 years, like, are you cooking for yourself? Is the team helping you out? What's going on?
so we got breakfast, and then food after training.
Yeah.
So sometimes I would just take like a lot of food on the plate
Oh,
and
take
just
it
bring
home.
half of it home.
Smart. You're smart. You're smart.
Yeah. But
It's kind of like college here. When you go to university, you go to eat at the cafeteria. Then, you bring a little something
yeah,
back to the room. That's
yeah, of
crazy, man.
course.
16 years old, bro. And then 2 years later, like we said, you're off to the first team and you get your first professional contract. What was that moment like, right? Because your whole life you're playing soccer, you're coming up with this goal, and then you finally achieve it. Talk to me about that moment of sitting down and having that contract in front of you.
Well, it was pretty nice. It
Uh
was
huh.
like it was the first goal on my career path,
Right.
and my parents have always been like super supportive. So I brought them with me into the meeting
Mm-hmm.
just so they could be a part of it as well.
Right.
And also, I think I don't know if I had turned 18 yet, so they had to be there for me to sign it.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
Um, so it was nice for them to be able to also be there when I got the first
Mm-hmm.
goal down. And I think I was actually injured for like 2 months when I got the contract.
Oh, were you?
So I think the timing was a little bit weird, but I still got it, so I was happy about that.
So after that contract, did you get three bottles of juice um,
The
no juice, no juice.
no,
Just
actually,
dinner with the family.
all I did was I got a fine from the
You
from
got a
the players.
fine?
Yeah, it was they called it a new player fine.
Oh, like a rookie hazing kind of thing.
Yeah, and then you have to go in like a circle and spin a wheel, and you either got I think it was like 500 or 1,000.
Uh huh.
But I think I got the 500, so I was, I was happy about that. I
who's,
didn't have a
who's
lot of money.
who's that money going to? Is that going to the captain, or are we dispersing that for everybody?
No, it goes to like a trip at the end of the year
Oh,
where
okay.
like you get fined throughout the year, and then at the end every single player joins. Like I think they went to Denmark that year,
Uh
and it's just 2 or 3 days of partying.
huh. You said they went to Denmark. Did you not go with them,
No, I didn't go. I was
bro?
again I wasn't old enough.
Oh, okay, okay, right, right.
So
I was about to say, if they took $500, you better at least invite me to the party. You can't take the
yeah.
money and then not invite me. But it makes sense. It makes
Yeah,
sense.
it's like it's not a fun trip if you go there and you
Right.
just sit at the hotel while they are partying.
You're just bringing back food for everybody when they eat up, eat up. We got stuff to
Exactly.
do in the morning. Do you remember who your debut was against?
I think my debut was against Bodø Glimt in a
No.
7-0 loss, and then my debut from start was against Sandefjord.
Okay, I might be wrong there because I have down here high eel in a cup match. I could be wrong though. I could be wrong.
Oh yeah, yeah, no, that's true, that's true.
Was it?
It's
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
but
Good.
that was the cup.
Right.
So
Okay. Doesn't
that
count.
yeah,
Doesn't count.
I,
Doesn't
I
count.
I didn't count that one.
But your first start, you remember that one? You bagged a
Yeah,
brace in your first start. That one was surely up there, huh?
yeah. Of course, that's I remember that one. That
Yeah,
was a good one.
that's the one we want to remember. That's
Yeah.
the one. So you spent some time out there. You're out there for 2 years, obviously growing and developing, and then you get to move out here, right? I kind of like what I'm. How did that come about? How did the move to the Red Bulls come about?
Well, it was the summer before.
Hmm.
Uh, my agent told me that he had talked to New York Rebels,
Okay.
and they wanted to put me on like a I don't know what it's called, but it was like a list. So no other club in MLS could get me.
Oh, is that a thing? I didn't even know
And I didn't know either.
that.
So after that, I started to paying attention to the games and how they were doing,
Right.
and also Googling New York because I thought it was in New York.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
thing.
So I thought it was gonna be like super cool to come here and live in New York City
Uh huh.
and play there as well. So I was a little bit disappointed when I heard it was New Jersey.
Come on, we're not
I
that
gotta
bad over
get
here. We're not. It's not that bad over here.
no, but I mean New Jersey is just I've just read New Jersey. I've never seen it before.
Right, 100%.
So uh but when I came here it was surprisingly nice. It was I mean still a lot of people, but a little bit more quiet than
Yeah.
New York.
Hmm.
And I think it was like I don't know if it was January or February where the club started talking,
Yeah.
and it was a long process.
Hmm.
They went back and forth with the number and price and everything. But when they finally figured it out, I was really happy. But then I had to wait for like 2, 3 weeks for the visa to
Oh,
come.
right, right.
So I had to train there alone for like 3 weeks.
Hmm. Oh, wow. So you weren't training with the team at that point because it was already done, right?
Yes, I weren't allowed because it was like they didn't want me getting injured before I came.
Right. That makes sense. That makes sense.
So I was training on the same pitch like an hour after the team was done, which was a little bit weird. But it was nice. And then when I came over, it was really nice with to meeting all the people and coaching
Right.
staff and everything.
So, what does that look like? Are you bringing in your trainer an hour after, and or are you still working with somebody from the team? What does that look like?
We had one guy who was like he worked with I think 8 people, which was the young guys who the club wanted to improve as much as possible.
Uh
So I just grabbed him and trained
huh.
along with him every single day.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. But now that you're here, we're not bad, right? Jersey's not bad. We get a lot of stick from the New York people, but I'm assuming you're probably in like the Jersey City, Hoboken area. It's kind of nice, no?
Yeah, I'm happy that I don't live in New York. I
Yeah,
mean
right.
that would be a
Thank
lot
you. Thank
too
you.
much for me.
Too much, bro. You come out
Yeah,
here, we chill out here whenever you want to go into the city. You take the path or whatever over, and you're good,
exactly.
man. And you're good. How you finding the food? You liking the food out here?
Yeah, it's nice. It's like there's restaurants all over, which is
Right.
different, but it's nice.
Have you found any Norwegian cuisine out here? Honestly, I can't think of anything off the top of my mind.
No, I haven't. But
No.
it is what it is. It's food is food.
Yeah, right. What do you like to eat? What's your favorite food?
Steak,
Steak. Yeah,
100%. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. I had some right before. Some steak and rice. Come on,
yeah.
can't beat it. Can't beat it. Were you nervous coming over here? Obviously, we talked about how at 16 you moved out of your parents' place, moved by yourself, so it kind of prepared you a little bit, but still, moving over to another country. Talk to me. Were you nervous? Were you excited? A mixture of both.
But yeah, I was 100% both.
Hmm.
It was I was most nervous about talking English all the time.
Right.
Like we obviously learn English in school, but it's one thing talking English to a Norwegian person where you can
Right.
just switch if you
Uh,
don't know the words.
yeah.
Uh, but I was also very excited. Like I think I was smiling the whole 8 hours on the plane,
That's awesome.
and then when I got here, it was actually sunny and like 20 degrees Celsius, which was a lot nicer than Norway.
Bit of a change.
Yeah, so that was nice.
And I'm sure, your teammates helped you out. Probably taught you some things that they shouldn't have taught you in the locker room, but that's how it goes. And your English is doing great, man. Your
Yeah,
English is doing great.
thank you.
Um, I like to ask this to like any player who's not from the U.S. What was sort of like your view or your thoughts of soccer here in America, and then what did you find? So like kind of what were you expecting, and what did you find, and how was it different?
Well, in Europe, everyone just says MLS is where you go to retire and make money.
All right, I know, I know.
Yeah, so that was like that was my idea of MLS
Hmm.
before Rebels came and started talking to me.
Right,
But then when you actually watch it, it's a high level football.
100%.
It's like and I think if you watch the rankings, I think it's top 10 or something in the
Yep.
world,
Hmm.
which is like in Europe you would never think it.
Right.
But when you actually watch the games, it's a lot higher level than you think, and it's definitely a step up from the Norwegian league I was playing in.
Hmm.
So uh, the only thing I think is like a little bit odd is playing the national anthem before every game. That's that's new.
Yeah, because usually I know like in Portugal and like a lot of I don't know about Norwegian specifically, but like you'll have like a club anthem that you play, right?
When you walk out.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah,
You'll have like a song for whatever team, but here we do the national anthem. We
yeah,
do that for every sport. Were you surprised when Toronto came to town and then they started singing the Canadian one too?
yeah. First, I didn't understand anything because they played the Canadian one first,
Uh huh.
and I was like, this sounds different.
It doesn't sound right.
No, I was like, what's wrong? But then when the American national anthem came after, I was like, oh, come on. It's like t 10 minutes before the game starts.
Like, come on, we
Yeah.
gotta get this thing going. My favorite part when they do the Canadian national anthem is they'll do the Canadian national anthem, and then everybody in the crowd will start chanting USA,
Yeah.
USA. That's the funniest part, man. So yeah, you were pleasantly surprised. At first, you were probably like, I'm not ready to retire. Yeah, I mean, I'm 19. What do you mean Red Bulls?
Yeah.
But talking about that transition, who kind of like welcomed you into the team when you first arrived?
Oh, like everyone was super nice. And it was obviously nice to have two Scandinavian players there so you can
Yep.
speak, my own language.
Right.
So I'd say uh Emil, he was obviously very nice, just talking to me and giving me like saying I should move to Jersey City and you know giving me this like small tips of how to enjoy your life here as
Yeah.
well. And Noah, I share a room with him on away games and
Oh yeah.
the trips, so
Nice.
we should build like a closer relationship with him. And Aiden O'Connor last year, that
Oh
was
nice.
that was my golf buddy last
Yeah.
year.
You golf a lot?
Uh, I try to at least.
That's awesome. Yeah, that Scandinavian connection. Noah brought up the same thing, because Norwegian and Swedish they're different, but they're like kind of similar, right?
Yeah, like culture-wise, it's pretty much the same.
Yeah, but,
But
but the language itself.
yeah, now that it's two different languages. Like Norwegian and Danish is closer to each other.
Oh, okay.
But if we talk slow, we understand each other. And now we've been together a year, so it's a lot easier now.
Right, but you're not speaking English when you're speaking to each other.
Sometimes you have to put in like a word or two in the sentence
Yeah,
just
you
to
just
make
kind of
him
weave.
understand. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, you kind of
but
weave.
yeah,
No, it's the same thing because I'm Portuguese. So, like whenever I'm speaking to my parents, I'll just like start speaking Portuguese and then go into English and then back to
yeah.
Portuguese. So we just keep bobbing and weaving, man. Um, Speaking about Emil, did you know that Emil was going to be here when you signed?
Not when I signed, but I mean, I saw like on the news like 1 or 2 days after I signed that he was also gonna come.
Uh huh.
So it was like that was also like the starstruck feeling when I first came and
Right.
shook his hand. But you know, uh, it's cool to just be able to watch him every day and see like and learn from him just from watching.
What do you think is the biggest lesson that you've learned from him, either on or off the pitch?
Just play to my strengths.
Yeah. I mean, Emil, like, from everybody that I've talked to, his impact on this team, and you see it on the field, It's unreal. Hopefully one day I could sit down with Emil and talk to him as well. But bro, he's the man, man.
Yeah,
He's the man.
he's the
Um,
captain for a reason.
yeah, right, exactly.
Mhm.
First year and captain, well deserved as well. Um, so your first season here, do you think that there was a little bit of adaptation, or like how do you reflect on your first season here with the Red Bulls?
Well, I'd say it's okay.
Uh huh.
Like I didn't get any preseason.
Right.
Uh, so when I first came, I was like, I didn't know how we were supposed to play.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know like uh I don't know how to say it is. I didn't have like the connection with the team
Yep.
before the season started, and I was also not like in the shape I wanted to be
Right.
because I wasn't in preseason.
Uh huh.
So it took me a while just to get in shape and understand the style of playing.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean I'm happy with the minutes I got for a season,
Yeah, 100%.
and but then this year I hope it's gonna be
We're gonna
something
get a
else.
little more. We're gonna get a little more. We're gonna
Yeah,
get a little more. Do you have a favorite game from this past season?
that's probably Toronto as at home
Oh yeah.
where I got the first goal.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
With my I think it was had 6 people here visiting me in the stadium.
Oh, your
All
family?
yeah, it was my mom, dad, sister, and her boyfriend, and then grandpa and his girlfriend.
I didn't even know that. That's awesome, man.
So that was pretty cool.
And to score in front of them, can't beat that. The one that stuck out to me was the Chicago game when you got subbed on at half, and then like 2 3 minutes later, Dante to you and you score. I think that game was probably one of the most exciting. Um, just for that. Obviously, we did end up losing, but you
Yeah,
tied the game, so you should be proud of yourself there.
yeah.
Um, and honestly, I think anytime you get subbed on, you bring that juice, you bring that excitement onto the pitch. Um, we have another question here from a fan. TNV Clothing says, with the limited time that you do get, how do you prepare yourself to make the biggest impact on the field when your name is called? What is that preparation like mentally, physically?
Oh, it is like you prepare yourself the same way as you would if you start,
Hmm.
and then like when you are on the bench, all you're hoping for is the chance, and
Right.
then when you see your name getting called up, all you want is like, I want to go in and make the biggest impact that I can.
Hmm.
But that's pretty much the mindset you have when you get on.
What is that time on the bench? Then you guys usually move over towards the corner. Are you just sitting there like, let me get in there, coach. Let me get in there. Give me give me a chance.
That's, I mean, pretty much. It's just like you just want to get in. Nobody
Right.
wants to sit on the bench.
Hundred
That's
percent.
just how it is.
I think, like I said, I love it. Anytime that you come on, I think you got a lot to give to this team, man. Genuinely. Um, let's talk about the playoffs a little bit. When you came over, did you know about the playoff format and how that goes?
I just knew there was a playoff.
Hmm.
That's it. I didn't know how it worked or anything.
Right. And now going through your first playoff sort of experience, how do you reflect on that? Is it like do you guys just consider like basically like a different tournament that starts? How do you prepare yourself differently? Did you notice any a little bit more momentum to the game in the playoffs?
Well, there was like uh it was pretty much the Americans who were like before the playoff. They were like it's a different game when the
Hmm.
playoff starts. Otherwise, with the Europeans, it was like that's just the end of the season, you know.
Right.
But you know, the Americans are right. It's a whole different game,
Hmm.
and you could also see. I think everyone could see that our team like mindset it totally changed from the last few
Hundred
games of
percent.
the regular season,
Yeah.
and it was like we're gonna win at any cost,
Hmm.
and we didn't play the most attractive football, but
Right.
it was definitely effective,
Uh
and
huh.
we almost went all the way.
Right,
So
exactly, exactly.
like,
And going back to a meal again, man, like you guys, obviously there was the season was kind of like up and down, right? There was a little bit of a not so good part there in the middle of the summer, but going into that Columbus game when he came out and said "fuck it, why can't we?" Man, it felt like the team was so together. How do you think that the team is taking that momentum of being so together and playing for those wins and carrying it into this season?
I think it's 100% like a big plus for us.
Hmm.
And also with the new players coming in, they just fit in with the group 100%. It's like
Right.
it feels like they've been here a year.
That's awesome.
So I think it's definitely gonna bring a big positive with the start of the season. And I think we're gonna bring the same fighting spirit into the season.
Right. You kind of have to stay in that mindset, right? Because you guys got what, a month off? You guys got that's like one of the bad things of making it to the finals. Your off season gets
Yeah.
shrunk down so much.
Yeah, that's yeah, that's also I didn't know that. I thought like every team finished at the same time.
Right.
Uh but I didn't know. And also the national team break
Yep.
in the playoff,
Yeah.
that was also like very strange. Like in the regular season, you have no breaks for the national team, and then all of a sudden
Uh-huh.
in the
Hold
playoff where
on.
everything matters, that's when you take the break.
Uh-huh.
So
And we had that like almost month long break in the middle of the season too because of League's Cup.
yeah,
Because we had that. So there's like so many like random breaks, and we're gonna break here, and we're not gonna break there.
yeah.
How was your off season, man? Did you get a chance to go back to Norway? Did you go somewhere tropical? What did you do? Did you stay around here?
Uh, I went to Florida for 2 weeks
Oh,
first
nice,
with my family, and we also spent Christmas there.
nice.
And then
Wait, so you didn't do
yeah,
Christmas in New York City? Come on, bro.
nah, again, it's too much. I don't want to be that crowded.
Yeah, right.
Like
You get a little bit
yeah.
like, yo, give us some space, man.
Yeah, so it was nice. We just had a quiet Christmas in Florida,
Uh,
and then I just went back home to Norway
yeah.
and stayed in Horten the whole time.
Horton, nice, man. Childhood home. I'm sure it felt nice, huh? Just
Yeah,
relax a little bit. I'm home.
yeah. It's a different feeling
Uh huh.
when you get to your actual home.
Uh huh. And your mom's cooking. I'm sure she was. I'm sure that was nice as well, huh?
That was
What's like
nice. Yeah.
what's like a traditional dish from Norway?
I mean, I'd say there's a lot of fish,
Yeah.
but
Same with the Portuguese. We're right there, bro. How can you not?
yeah, exactly.
So going back to the playoffs, Dylan wants to know how did the last minute of the final feel?
I mean, it was like I don't know how to explain it. It was happy and sad.
Hmm.
Like it's my first year in MLS, and you make it all the way to the finals,
Right.
which was a very cool experience. But we lost, so it's obviously like a sad feeling as well.
100%. 100%.
But at the end of the game, it was like a lot of back and forth. So we still had the feeling like okay, we could still get back in,
Right.
but we didn't.
Yeah, 100%. And then you talked about a little earlier about the new transfers coming in. I mean, Choupo-Moting, Hack. If I told you like 2 years ago that you'd be on a team with Emil Forsberg and Choupo-Moting, what would you say?
Well, I don't know. I wouldn't believe you, that's for sure. But
Uh huh.
I mean, it's pretty cool to be able to play with these guys, and they're so humble. It's
Yeah.
like uh, they're just another teammate,
Hmm.
which you wouldn't expect from just watching them, but they're so humble and nice.
Right. Yeah. No. Noah said the same thing about Emil. How he's just like a guy's guy.
Mhm.
Do you have like a best friend on the team or somebody that you're closest with on the team? Obviously, you brought up Noah, but anybody else?
Probably say Ronnie.
Oh, nice,
Uh,
Doncor.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
he's a
he's a funny guy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Who's like the jokester, like the prankster on the team?
Oh, I mean, Cam Harper, he's a jokester for sure.
Everybody's saying that. Everybody's
Yeah,
saying that. Um,
yeah.
how do you think? How do you think you've grown your first year here on the pitch? What do you think that you've developed the most or worked on the most?
Well, worked on the most is probably you know getting more strong in duels
Mm-hmm.
because it's a very physical league,
Yep.
which is different. So uh, I've had to like work a lot in the gym. Uh, and also just uh, like go into the duels harder and just
Hmm.
you know get more tackles in.
Right.
So that's probably what I've been working on the most.
Is there any defender that sticks out that you were like, oh wow, he kind of rocked me right there? Or
Well, on our team,
no, no, on somebody else's team.
I mean, there's so many. There's like almost every single one. That's why I have to work on it.
Yeah, right. You getting that protein, that creatine up.
Yeah.
Um, do you have a favorite city that you've been to while traveling here during your first season, or do you not get the chance really to go out much because you're in the
Uh,
hotel and?
I usually just go for like a 15-20 minute walk
Mhm.
just to see something and stretch the legs.
Right.
So I haven't really seen a lot, but I think Atlanta was pretty
Oh yeah,
nice,
nice.
and Toronto was also very
Yeah,
nice.
I haven't been up to Toronto, but that Atlanta Stadium, bro, how crazy is it, man?
Oh, that's nice.
Bro, insane,
Mm,
insane.
that's yeah, it's pretty cool.
Um, and then off the pitch, how do you think that you've grown? Obviously, coming over here again, you were already living alone, kind of in Norway, but now in a different country. How do you think that you've personally grown since being out here?
Well, uh, um, I've definitely had to get like a little bit harder,
Uh huh.
especially with the buying a car and getting renting an apartment. It's like
Uh,
it's a whole different game in America
what
because
about what about
everybody wants to
driving out
trick
here?
you.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
that
yeah,
too.
it's true.
Yeah, nobody can drive.
That's what
Just
everybody says about Jersey
yeah,
specifically. Like nobody in Jersey knows how to drive.
yeah. Feels like you're gonna crash every 5 minutes. It's crazy.
It's kind of fun though. Everybody's trying to get to where they're trying to go. You know.
Yeah, yeah. Well, gets the heart racing a lot more than Norway at least. That's
Keeps you on your toes, man. Keeps
yeah.
you on your toes. Um, how about in your free time? What are you doing in your free time? Are you hopping on the PlayStation? Are you talking to family back home?
Oh yeah. Because of the time difference, I usually
Yeah,
just do the calls
right.
like either when I go to training or on the way back home.
Got it.
But then also, like now in the winter time, I usually just play video games with my friends back home.
Nice. What are you playing?
But I don't know, whatever they want to play.
Yeah.
I'm terrible at gaming, so I just join whatever they play.
You play any FIFA or no?
Yeah, I play FIFA, but again, I'm terrible, so it's like I'm not on it for hours.
That's awesome. How about anything else? Are you reading? Anything else that you like to do? Going for walks?
Sometimes I go for walks, but mostly I just play golf.
Yeah, that's nice.
Just
That's nice. How about any? We're gonna start getting into some more fun questions here. What is something that nobody on the team is better than you at?
I don't know. I think making steak,
Yeah,
yeah,
you be chefing it up. How do you like your steaks?
medium rare,
Okay, there
of
we go.
course.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. Do you have a hidden talent that many people don't know about you?
I don't think so.
No? Okay,
Nah.
okay. If you could have dinner, which is probably going to be a steak that we've established that at this point, with three people, dead or alive, who are you inviting to the
Mm,
table?
That's that's a rough one.
Yeah, we're gonna get you thinking. Again, I told
Yeah.
you, keeping you on your toes, man. I'm gonna keep you on your toes.
I don't want to get too political either. I don't know how to
Okay, yeah,
choose the
right,
right
right.
one. Uh, I'd probably say Holland because he seems like a funny guy.
Who? Sorry.
Erling
Oh,
Haaland.
oh, Holland. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, is it
Yeah.
Holland? Am I? Oh, God,
Yeah, it's
we're all
Holland.
messed up.
Yeah. Uh, and I think Trump also. I think he's gonna be a fun
Okay.
guy. Just just
Yeah. Cracking some
just to hear him.
jokes.
Yeah, exactly. And what else? I think I gotta choose Messi. I think
Messi.
just
Okay.
just to be near him. Yeah.
Messi, Holland, Trump, and Dennis. That's it. Can I get an invite? Can I get a seat at the table? That's awesome, bro.
That's a good dinner.
Yeah, it is a good dinner, man. If you weren't a professional soccer player or football player, I'm sorry. What do you think that you would have been doing?
Oof. I don't know.
Because you started so young that like this has been your life, right? So, but did you have like any? Would you be like a fashion designer? Is there anything else? Like,
I don't know. Like, I didn't even finish high school, so I don't think it could be anything.
that's hilarious.
But golf, maybe, I guess.
Okay, okay, there we go. There
Yeah,
we go. What's on your bucket list?
bucket list.
Something that you want to do that you've always wanted to do.
Was it just one thing?
Yeah, or you can give me multiple.
I want to play in the Champions League.
Okay, nice, man. Hell yeah,
Uh, and I want to like visit a lot of countries, just
nice.
travel the world.
Give me a couple countries that you want to go to. Is Portugal on that list? Come on.
I've been to Portugal,
Oh,
so
you have? Nice.
yeah.
Where'd you go?
Uh, I think Madeira.
Oh, nice, nice. Do you like it?
Yeah, it was nice. It was with the national team, so I didn't really get
Okay.
to see a lot,
Oh,
but it
right, because
was
you guys played Portugal, right?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But
How did that game go?
I think we won 2-1, I think.
Oh, you guys. Oh, I thought you guys lost 2-1. Okay, that's kind of
No,
okay.
I,
We
I
moved.
think we played them like twice or something.
Oh,
And
forget
one
it.
we
Forget
lost
it.
pretty bad,
Oh yeah.
but we went to like a carnival thing. I don't know.
Oh yeah. Kind of like
It was in the summer.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Kind of like the outdoor festivals, parties that they do,
Yeah,
sardines and all that. Did you have some
yeah, but
sardines?
no. But the
No.
coach was from Portugal, so he
Oh,
showed us
nice.
around
That's awesome. That's awesome. Um, what kind of music do you listen to?
a country.
No way. Me too, bro.
Oh,
I
yeah?
love country, and there's like a thing like in the US where it's like everybody hates on country music.
Oh yeah?
People will be like, I listen to everything, and then I'll be like country, and they'll be like, oh no, not country. But I love country. Who are some of your favorites?
I mean, probably just the obvious ones like Luke Combs,
Did you
Morgan
go to the
Wallen.
concert at MetLife or no?
No, we I think we had a game the day
Oh,
after,
okay.
so I really wanted to go, but I think some of the other guys went, but
Uh-huh.
they left early.
Oh,
But
okay, got
I was new, so I didn't want to, stay up late for a concert
it. Makes
before
sense.
the
Makes
game.
sense. You're like, all right, I'm not gonna get in trouble yet, bro. I
Yeah.
just got here. There should be a couple more this summer, man. You should go, bro. It's a good
Yeah?
time. Yeah. There's
Okay.
always a lot. MetLife. There's some down at PNC. If you want, bro, we go together, bro. We could sing our hearts out, and then you
Yeah.
can, you can go back to the game the next day.
Yeah, sounds good.
Do you have a karaoke song? If you're doing karaoke, what song are you putting on?
I don't know. I do like a concert in the car every morning.
Yeah.
So it's just a long playlist.
Okay.
But
Okay.
like if I had to choose one, like when it rains it pours, maybe.
Okay. Come on, let's hear a little
No, no,
something. Come
no.
on, come on.
No,
That's
not on camera.
that stays in the car and in the shower, right? Car and
Yeah.
shower.
Or I gotta do a couple of beers first.
Oh no, you can't. No, Dennis. No, next year. Next
Well,
year.
oh, yeah,
Next. You're only
well,
20. Apple juice. Apple juice. Apple
yeah,
juice.
different in Europe, different
Yeah,
rules.
yeah, yeah. Right. We're talking about in Norway. In Norway.
Yeah.
Listen, Dennis, you're the man, bro. I don't want to keep you on for any longer, bro. I just want to say, man, off the pitch, talking to you here now, bro. You're the man. We'll go out to a country concert if you want. On the pitch, absolutely love what you're doing as well. Luis Castillo wants to know: do you have any goals for this upcoming season? What are some of your personal goals?
I was definitely making the starting 11
Right.
and getting my spot.
Hmm.
That's definitely my goal this season.
Yeah, and I think you could do it, bro. Genuinely, man. I mean that. I think you could really do it. I think you're awesome, bro. I have a final question that I ask everybody who comes on here. One of my favorite quotes is, "People won't remember what you tell them, but they'll remember how you made them feel." So my question is, when somebody hears the name Dennis Gjengaar, what do you want them to think?
I want him to think a hardworking team player. That's what I want.
Awesome, man. Ladies and gentlemen, Dennis Yangor, man. Thank you so much for joining. Can't wait to watch you out there this season.
Thanks for having me.